educated. We won with poorly educated. I love the poorly educated.
Hey, he said it, not us.
Senile Biden, right? Quote, senile Biden has passed the bipartisan infrastructure bill.
He didn't do it.
The PACT Act.
He's an empty suit.
Okay, so with him and the help of Congress, we can revise the wording. They passed the bipartisan infrastructure bill, the PACT Act, the Chips and Science Act. Let me ask you, what's one bill that Trump passed?
And this MAGA woman is about to show exactly why Trump dominates the, in his words, poorly educated voting bloc.
What's one bill that Trump passed? Oh my God! What's one bill? His policies. Okay.
You repeat the question like it's obvious, but you don't give me an answer.
No, I know one bill that he passed.
Name it.
Okay. Well, look at what he implemented with security in the border. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
Security in the border. Roe versus Wade. Okay. The economy was up under Trump because
Roe v. Wade is a decent answer. That's just from the Supreme Court, but that's a decent answer. So you're pro-life.
I'm pro-choice.
If you're attending any political rally, you should know at least one tangible piece of legislation that the candidate you support is advocating for. But in the MAGA ecosystem, talking points, lofty promises, culture war issues, and concepts of plans pass for legitimate policy positions. Being a Trump supporter requires no thought, no effort, no self-reflection, and no willingness to challenge your worldview. And the most dangerous part is all of those aspects of the MAGA movement are encouraged and celebrated by their dear leader and his cronies at all levels of government and the media. Combine that with a completely gutted education system and mis and disinformation campaigns running rampant on social media, you truly have a recipe for disaster.
I just think the media just likes to put a bunch of fake stuff out there, and I think we just need to cut back on it and get on top of people for spreading fake news.
Yeah. One of the things that Trump posted was that the government should come down hard on media outlets that are spreading misinformation and stuff. How do we feel about that?
I just think it's horrible. They put bad looks on Trump, people who support Trump. I think it's just all fake.
And Trump's for freedom of the press?
Mm-hmm.
Case in point, it takes literally no effort and personal investment to dismiss valid criticisms of Trump as fake news. And that's been the goal all along. Trump's never-ending crusade against an attempted delegitimization of all media outlets that don't kiss the ground he walks on has had a demonstrably disastrous impact, not only on his base, but anyone who doesn't know how American news media operates. Just look at how conspiracy theories regarding Hurricanes Helene and Milton have spread like crazy recently. So much so that FEMA actually had to create a section of their website debunking the disinformation Trump, Georgia Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene, and others have been promoting.
What are your main sources of news?
Okay. I have numerous sources of news, but I don't watch mainstream.
What do you watch?
Oh, I watch Dan Bongino.
Dan Bongino, that's where you get it from.
If you think Dan Bongino, the same Dan Bongino who warned fellow right-wing internet pundits Tim Pool, Benny Johnson, Dave Rubin, and everyone else implicated in the tenant media Russian funding indictment to be careful in cooperating with the feds to avoid ensnaring other right-wingers like himself in the investigation is a trusted source of information, then Trump and the Republican Party did their job perfectly.
Some people ask themselves, will you be tweeting differently once you board the Air Force One? Thank you.
No, that's other people that do that. I don't. I'm very consistent. I'm a very stable genius. This is a tough hurricane, one of the wettest we've ever seen from the standpoint of water. Rarely have we had an experience like it, and it certainly is not good. So somebody had to do it. I am the chosen one. Somebody had to do it. So I'm taking on China. I'm taking on China on trade. And you know what? We're winning. We'll have an economy based on wind. I never understood wind. I know windmills very much. I've studied it better than anybody. I know it's very expensive. We have a world, right? So the world is tiny compared to the universe. I mean, the whole thing is crazy. You remember when I used to say, darling, I want to watch our president tonight on television. And the husband looks, I'm sorry, dear. The windmills aren't wind. There's no wind tonight. You can't watch, darling. We're not going to be watching tonight. Maybe we'll catch him another time.
Everything you just saw barely scratches the surface of how inept Trump is at running the country, but to MAGA, it's all just laughed off as Trump being Trump. Now, if you look closely, directly behind Trump's left shoulder, you may recognize the man in the bright green hat.
If Trump were to lose, are you afraid that they're going to put him in jail?
I bet they will, or they'll certainly try. Yeah, I think they will, because the Democrats would like to turn this into a third world country. They're already doing that by letting all the immigrants across the border who are undocumented, unvaxxed, unaccounted for. Yeah, I think they'll definitely throw the man in jail. They've jailed a lot of his friends just to smear him, unfairly jailed, a lot of them. People like, Manafort and Stone.
I think they were unfairly. I mean, they got their day in court. I mean, is that not fair?
It's like the kangaroo courts of Stalin or Hitler. I mean, it's Stalin. What we are living inside the United States of America right now is this is Germany 1933 on Hitler's rise to power. People wonder, how did Germany get taken over by this horrific movement? Well, it's happening here. It's the same.
A lot of people on the other side, Edward, are saying that the MAGA movement is reminiscent of that as well. So how do people meet in the middle on this?
Well, because I don't think the MAGA movement of that. You're not going to see any hate or any violence here. You're going to see love here. Look, we fell in love at MAGA. Donald Trump is love.
This would be one of the first rallies without hate or violence in a while at a Trump rally, right?
Look at me, dear. Let's show him. This is what Donald Trump...
I would like to say something, though.
Yes.
Let me say something. They're trying to silence Trump, and it's time we, the people, stand up. It's not Democrat or Republican. It's good versus evil.
Right, but what is that? How does that play into the campaign?
It's bigger than the campaign.
Tell it.
It's because we, the people, cannot stand by and allow 325,000 children to be missing in the United States. We have to come together united as one.
Are you doing this at Harris rallies as well?
I'm doing it wherever I can. I've not been to a Harris rally. I haven't needed to go to a Harris rally because I don't go to someone who speaks lies.
Wouldn't it be better to go to a Harris rally where she's not talking about it and get her to talk about it, as you say?
Kamala Harris.
It's Kamala, right?
Where are the 325,000 children that are missing? Why are you not asking where these children are?
We'll let you be the judge. If you can and are willing, please become a paid member here at TYT Sports. And or go to tyt.com/join. In addition, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate it. Have a great day. Calling out elite people in comedy should be the rule of thumb.
I think Donald Trump's hair is actually another creature. Yeah. The hair's like going, good night, Donald. Good night, Donald. There we go.
Maybe it goes out. It goes out and makes money while he's asleep.
There is something about punching down that feels taboo, and punching up is the way to go.
Crack's not really my thing, but if it was, it would be fine if I was on that side.
Wow.
Don Jr.'s on coke.
We won with poorly educated. I love the poorly educated. I'm a very stable genius.
It is very important, the work that the Jordan Kleppers are doing, the work that the Good Liars are doing, the work that our team here at the Turks are doing, and many more.
What he does, he secretly puts the marker on the end of the putter, and then he looks like he's marking it, but really, now the mark is 3 feet closer. That's a way easier putt.
He cheats a lot. That if you cheat at golf, you cheat at life. The saying goes for Donald Trump.